Stupid, slow, weird, difficult, lazy, special. These were the words that people whispered around me when I was younger. They surrounded me like flies, and every single time I tried to bat them away, they kept on swarming. At first, I ignored their words because, as the saying goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. But as time went on, the words slowly started to infiltrate my mind, and soon I started to believe them true. At such a vital stage in my life, I started to hate myself. I didn't like who I was, and I always wanted to be someone else. Someone who could read, someone who could write, someone that could pay attention in class. I felt as if the education that I was given was being wasted on me, and I kept on asking myself, why am I this way? Why can't I do things that come so easily to others? Why am I stupid? But then my mom said, Sasha, you are not stupid. You're just different. Your brain doesn't work the same way as others, but that does not make you stupid. It makes you special. Special. That word again. But this time it wasn't a jab at me, but something that inspired me. So I latched onto that word, and I thrived. Words only have power if you let them. So I wouldn't give those words that people said to me any more power over me. Instead, I gave that power to myself. Hello everybody, today's video is going to be all about learning disabilities. I myself have ADD and dyslexia, and I want to talk to you guys about it and answer some of your guys' questions and share my story, because I think it's an important story to share because a lot of you out there may be struggling with the same one that I had. But before I jump into this video, I want to say a huge thank you to my lovely sponsor, GlassesUSA.com. They have been so lovely and supportive and help inspire me to make this video. Glasses have had a huge impact in my story with my learning disabilities, and I will get into that a little bit later in this video. So getting to actually team up with my favorite glasses company is truly like a freaking dream come true. It's so cool. GlassesUSA.com gives you prescription glasses for over 70% off retail price. It's super affordable, and you can do it all without leaving the comfort of your own home. They have over 2,500 styles of glasses, from in-house brands to designer brands like Ray-Bans. And I have a very special offer to give you guys regarding GlassesUSA.com, so check down below in the description to see what it is, because all the details and links will be down there. And a little bit later in this video, I'm going to do a little fashion show to show you guys my new glasses that I got and I love very much. A lot of you guys on social media have been asking me where I've gotten my glasses, because all of a sudden I have tons of them. So here's the video that will answer all those questions. So stay tuned for that, coming up very, very soon. Okay, so let me briefly go over what type of learning disabilities I have and kind of define them for you guys. So the first one is ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder, or ADD, but nobody calls it that. They all just call it ADD. It's a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. People with ADD don't always struggle with all of those under the one umbrella term of ADD. Hyperactivity tends to go underneath the ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. For me, I do not have ADHD. I just have ADD. Some of the signs of ADHD is always having to be moving something, whether that's your fingers, your leg, you just have to keep on moving. I can stay still, but that does not mean that my brain can stay still. My brain is going all in different directions. It's like a little happy chihuahua up there. And then we have dyslexia. This is a learning disorder that may be characterized as a reading disability, or writing, or math. There's a lot of forms of dyslexia that you can have. But for mine, it was definitely more underneath the writing and reading spectrum. You can have some treatment, but there is no cure for it. But the treatment that you can go under can definitely help manage your dyslexia. It's not an easy way, but it definitely does help. So just to clarify, this is my story with ADD and dyslexia. Not everybody's symptoms are going to be the same. I am not going to tell you to self-diagnose yourself. I do highly recommend you go to a specialist to get diagnosed and get the proper treatment from there, like medication or just herbal treatments or just classes to go to help manage it. My personal way that I have helped manage my ADD is medication, and that has helped transform my life for the better. And dyslexia is a different story. I had to go to multiple classes to help kind of figure out the way that my brain works best to learn, but another way that really helped me was actually glasses, but I'll get to that a little bit later. So I have a pet peeve, and it is when people question me on why I didn't read the Harry Potter books until I was almost 18 years old. There's a hint of judgment in their voice, and I really hate that. I really hate when people judge you on why you haven't read a certain popular book because they don't think about maybe there's a reason why you haven't read it yet. And maybe that reason is that you just couldn't read it. Harry Potter was very popular when I was growing up. The movies were coming out and the books were super duper popular, so everybody in my class was reading them, and they could read them. They could read chapter books. But when I was in 4th grade, I was still reading at a kindergartner's level. As my classmates were reading chapter after chapter, I was still learning how to make letters into words and read those words. And that's kind of when it started, me questioning myself, me thinking I'm stupid, but I wasn't stupid. During the time that I was struggling the most with my dyslexia and ADD, the school systems weren't as knowledgeable as they are now to help diagnose a learning disability. They noticed it and they just thought, oh, that's just a thing, and we're gonna put this kid in a specialized class because they just learn slower. They didn't really pick apart the reason to why we learn slower. And it wasn't until 6th grade that my teachers actually prompted my parents to maybe get me tested for ADD and dyslexia. And I went through an extensive amount of testing. It was 4 hours a day for 5 days. It was a lot of work and it was very, very stressful. But at the end, I got diagnosed, and that's when kind of a ray of sunshine came up over the horizon and shined light upon my life in a sense. Because from there, I was able to do treatment and get medication and learn how to focus and learn how to read and learn how to help improve the situation that I was struggling with for so long. So not only was I struggling with ADD and dyslexia, but something that did not help with my dyslexia was that my eyesight was crap. And I was 2 years old when my eye doctor almost blinded me permanently. She was an eye surgeon. She wasn't as specialized with child eyesight as she was with adult eyesight and fixing adult eyesight. So she gave me too strong of a prescription, and that ended up damaging my eyes more than helping them. And it took years for my eyes to get better. And I was so thankful that I was able to get an amazing doctor, Dr. Zielinski of the Mind-Eye Connection in Illinois, who helped rehabilitate my eyes and say, you know what? Yeah, words are flipping themselves. And yes, they are being erased from the page. But do you know what? I can help you with that. I can give you the glasses that you'll need in order to help fix some of those problems. So I actually have some glasses right here that I am obsessed with because they remind me of one of my first pairs of glasses. I didn't have that many glasses when I was growing up because they were very expensive. You know, one pair of glasses can be $300 to $500. So one of my first pairs, and the ones that have lasted me the longest, were these circular gold glasses that if you wore them in the dark, they freaking glowed in the dark. It was so cool. I love going to movies and looking like a disembodied head because my glasses were just floating there. And so when I was on GlassesUSA.com, I found these glasses and they reminded me so much of the glasses I used to have. And they're these circular Harry Potter type glasses, and I love them so much because I don't know, I really like circular glasses on my face. I feel like it complements it because I have more of a round shaped face. And if you guys want any of these glasses, I'll be linking all the links to them down below as well. Ooh, very nice. Next, I have these wonderful glasses that I think are just super fun because they have like 2 nose supports right here instead of just 1, and they're kind of like sexy Mad Men. Ooh. Next are these lovely glasses that you guys saw me wearing earlier, and they're very chunky, and I love that look. I love a good chunky frame. Then I wanted to try out these like clear glasses because everybody seems to have them, so I'm like, I'm gonna try them out, and GlassesUSA.com has tons of them. So I got me some of these, and I think they look very nice. They are super light, and they're just really easy to wear around because you don't feel like they're there because they're clear. They're there enough so people know that you're wearing glasses, but they won't draw away from your other beautiful features that are on your face. Next, I have these beautiful rose gold, slightly clear glasses. Fiona wants to wear them too, I guess. And then the last ones I wear so much that I actually misplaced somewhere in my house, so I'll insert a photo right here of what they look like. They are my favorite. I am obsessed with red, if you guys like literally haven't noticed. So if you guys want to check out any of these beautiful glasses, definitely go down to the link below and I'll have all of them listed there. For the longest time, I didn't think that I would be able to ever have a career in writing or reading. I loved reading, I loved writing, and I loved using that as a prize to help overcome my dyslexia with, because I just threw myself into reading. After my mom said, Sasha, you are not stupid, you are special, and you are amazing, and you're unique. That's the boost that I needed to thrust myself into learning and trying and engaging myself in the things that gave me difficulty and thriving from it. So yeah, I may have read one book within a couple months, but at least I finished that book. At least I tried to read it. And soon my reading just progressed, and it actually ended up helping my dyslexia, because the more I did it, the more I learned how to conquer it and how to make it work for the way that my brain works. I have some Q&A that you guys have sent me that I would love to answer for you guys before I end today's video. That nerdy chick asks, how have you learned to use your ADD to an advantage? I think that with ADD, my brain goes off into so many different directions, but that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes I take the mundane and I make it extraordinary. I do that a lot with writing because, you know, I take something that Lindsay and I have discussed for ZENITH, and then I go and throw it into that little crazy brain of mine, and it goes off into all different types of directions, and and I shoot those directions to Lindsay, and Lindsay's like, hey, you know what? That would work. And it ends up working for me in so many different creative outlets that I do have, whether that's writing, reading, painting, YouTubing. It helps me with that. Even though it is an obstacle, it's not necessarily a bad obstacle that my brain works that way. Jade Butler asks a great question, and she asks, do you think ADD and dyslexia are represented well enough in YA books? And if not, how do you think that they could be represented better? I don't think that learning disabilities are represented enough in YA books. I feel like right now is a beautiful time in young adult fiction where we're really expanding our horizons and diversifying our books. And diversifying can mean so many different things. We need to talk about race, sexuality, disabilities, whether those are physical or mental, societal issues. We need to talk about all those and many more. And I feel like right now we are making great strides to talking about those difficult issues. But I think that with the learning disability factor of it, there's only like maybe one book that I could think of that actually has it as a prominent issue. And I would love to see more of that in books. I know in my own book, ZENITH, we do have a character. His name is Valen, and he does struggle with dyslexia. And later on in book 2, we kind of expand upon that, because I think that even if you do have a science fiction novel or fantasy novel, that does not mean that everybody is okay in that novel. There's still going to be learning disabilities in it. I think that those should be represented in those types of books as well. Julia18 asks, do you think writing ZENITH was harder because of your learning disabilities? If so, what has helped you through the process? I never thought I would be able to write a book, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, but I kind of suppressed. There's a video that I filmed a few years ago where I said I am always going to be a reader, not a writer, and that's not the case. I ended up writing my own book, and I'm so freaking proud of this book. It's my first book. I have still a lot more to do and grow as a writer. I'm so excited to be able to know that I can do it, and I'm so excited to see where my writing is going to progress from here, because I have a feeling it's not the last book you guys are going to see from me, I hope. Please buy ZENITH so you can help confirm that. I want my publisher to pick up this one book that I'm writing right now, which is the project of my heart and soul. It is not a part of this universe. It is my own solo novel, and I really hope that you guys will be able to get to read it soon. And lastly, Amaya's Books asks, how does it feel to be a half-blood? If you guys don't know, in Rick Riordan's book, Percy Jackson, all the demigods have ADD and dyslexia, and that is a sign that you are a half-blood of a god, and I freaking love it. So I am living for being a half-blood. I'll be Hades' daughter. So guys, this is the end of my video, and the note I want to leave this video off on is, first, for the people who don't know if they struggle with a learning disability, go to your school, go to the counselor or the nurse, and they can help lead you on the right path to be diagnosed. Because nobody should struggle through that and just think that they're dumb or just stupid or lazy without knowing the true reason why it may seem to be that way. Because you're not dumb, stupid, or lazy. And for those who do struggle with ADD and dyslexia, you are amazing, you are unique, you are beautiful, and you are you. And know that I am here for you, and there's a wonderful community of other people who struggle with the same type of disabilities that are there for you as well. Till this day, I still struggle with ADD and dyslexia, but it's just way better than what it used to be. So just hang in there, guys, and I really am appreciative that you guys tuned in this video and learned a little bit more about me and about my learning disabilities and about my glasses. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!